that like you and I right now are relationally present
Oh,
with one another, even
absolutely.
though we are miles apart
Yeah.
physically, because we are engaged in a mutual recognition.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll play this back again. This may sound weird. I just keep playing like we're in a new iteration of this because before this, we would have done this by being on the phone. We would have done this by
Hmm.
sending letters back and forth to each other. One example I love using is pen pals were real relationships. They had no means of writing a telephone because it was too expensive, or not writing a telephone, of getting on the telephone, especially like, this was a thing when I was a kid. You would have pen pals overseas. If you've ever done the whole thing where you sponsor a child and that child writes to you and sends you things, now you could do it electronically nowadays and add to it. But
Hmm.
it's like you would send a photo so the person would know you and know your physical being, but you would write because it was relational presence. And even think about people that have gone through wars and wrote letters and had mail given back and forth. And there's several movies about the essence of how crucial mail was to the morale of the soldier on the front line and the morale of the homeland that was far away, because they needed to know the connection relationally between the two of them to be able to function in their daily lives of what they were facing. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, the relational thing. Like I said, I just think it's a new iteration. Often, I think though that physical churches don't think this is real. They don't think about it. They only think that relationship can happen physically. So they don't even
Yeah.
suspect that you and I could have a real relational presence, because they're only thinking that you can start with a relationship physically. But as we were talking earlier, if the world is moving into spaces, they were already doing online dating. They didn't wait and ask, can you start a relationship online and then make it move physical if you happen to get married? They just said, no, we're going to start there, and we're going to go in that direction to begin with. So if we move from just a computer screen or a phone swipe, and now we move into a video call, or we move into a metaverse VR thing, it's
Hmm.
just the new way to do something that humans have been doing for a long time.
Yeah, and in terms of relational presence, like even before all these technological advances, think about just two people in the same room. You can have two people be in the same room but not be relationally
Oh,
present.
oh,
They could be in a conversation together, and you would say that that guy is not present in the conversation because his mind is elsewhere, right?
100%. And yeah, even if you could be present and present in the conversation, there's no relationship with that person. I am trying to escape or ignore or avoid. So there's no relational presence. There is relational avoidance in some of those cases. So yeah, you're absolutely, well, even just talk about, let's go this way, a church service on Sunday morning, and you all know these people that show up right at the end. They walk in, the greeter barely was able to shake their hand. They sit down as soon as the exit music, I'm going to call it that, because that's their cue to exit, begins to play. They walk out of the place. They had no relational presence with anybody, even though they were physically present through the entire worship service.
Oh, 100% accurate.